Good evening, humans of planet Earth. We have returned on Zell's podcast, episode 13. Finally, going to do a comprehensive breakdown of the Cleveland Browns schedule. So, I'm pretty old school. No, I'm not old school. I'm just lazy, and I don't feel like editing it on the screen. So I'm just going to do it the old school way with pencil and paper. I've got the Browns schedule here. I'm going to write tally marks for wins and losses and add them up at the end. This is just going to be my thoughts on the Cleveland Browns season and whatnot, and so forth. And I just got back from the gym, so I do apologize if I'm a little sweaty or whatnot. I just wanted to be dripped out in the Browns gear. You know, Browns gear on deck. Nick Chubbers. Let's get it. Fresh AF, I know. But yeah, so we're going to just not even do any of the bull crap, and we're going to get right to it. Let me just put something on the screen real quick here. Un momento. This is Zell's podcast, episode 13, I guess, because I assume this will be a little bit longer than a regular length video, so I'll just make it a podcast. Un momento, por favor. Okay, so we got the Browns schedule here. Reading it off of this little piece of paper here. I don't know if you can see that or not. I have no idea, but as you can see here, I'm hot. I'm really hot. I might have to take this hat off, but I'm sweating so bad I gotta hide my sweaty head. I'm just, like I said, just got back from the gym, so I'm leaking right now for some reason. I need to take my shirt off, honestly, but this ain't a shirtless Sports Center episode, so I got to keep the Browns gear dripped up. Anyway, so we got through the preseason already. Browns are starting off week 1 with the Carolina Panthers. Like I said, I wish I wasn't lazy, but I am, so I don't feel like doing all the effects right now. Maybe another video if I give a crap, but I don't right now. So, starting off against the Carolina Panthers, I got to feel like the Browns are going to win this one. That's a dub for the Browns because, come on. I like Baker. He was our quarterback, but I just feel like the reason why we had to upgrade to Deshaun Watson is because we need somebody that can keep their composure, especially late in games. And I just feel like Baker Mayfield is the kind of person that's going to get rattled. And I feel like he has all the talent of a franchise quarterback, but I just feel like he lacks the poise in the pocket that you really want a quarterback to have. I feel like he'll start getting, if he gets hit a few times, he'll start getting, let's say nervous or something and just start scrambling like a crazy person, whereas I feel like Deshaun Watson will remain calm, keep his eyes downfield, whereas Baker will look down, do some horrible 2-yard scramble. So, the only way I see the Panthers beating the Browns is if Christian McCaffrey has a great game, but they run him into the ground anyway, so because the Browns also weakness is middle interior defensive line. Even though we're acting like this, this dude is. They were talking about the one guy. Excuse me. I forget his name, Elliott or something. Like he's gonna have a breakout year, but we all know the Browns' defensive weakness is interior line. So the Panthers could win this, but it's all gonna rely on how Christian McCaffrey is going, and as far as Jacoby Brissett, I trust him. To me, it's just a Baker Mayfield, tall Baker Mayfield, basically. Obviously they play different, but I just feel like they're not, and neither of them are going to be that clutch. So, definitely edge goes to Carolina for quarterback, but, I'm spending a little bit too much time on this one. I'm going to take the Browns week 1. This is just my comprehensive breakdown. And then now we're looking at the Jets week 2. Is this at home? Yeah, at home we have the Jets week 2. I'm going to give another win to the Browns. Joe Flacco, I feel like Jacoby Brissett is arguably the same, if not better, at this point in their career. We still have Nick Chubb. That's one of those games we should win, but you just never know with the Cleveland Browns. Week 3, we got Pittsburgh Steelers at home Thursday night with Mitchell Trubisky as the starting quarterback. Now, Mitchell Trubisky has been to some Pro Bowls, so That's one thing that Baker Mayfield hasn't even done. So he might do it now that he's in the NFC. But I don't trust in Mitchell kissing titties. Me personally, I just can't trust in Mitchell kissing titties. So I'm gonna give another win to the Browns here. We got the Browns 3-0 right now, which is crazy. I did not expect this. Really looking at this. Oh, and happy birthday to me. My birthday was yesterday, September 5th. I didn't want to talk about it because it's embarrassing that I shared the same birthday with Mr. Stonehands, Anthony Schwartz. Absolutely disgraceful. But yes, happy birthday to me. 28 years old. Just ordered a custom jersey too in the mail, so hopefully that gets here sooner than later. I should go to a Browns game this year, but I don't like going to live sporting events because it just usually isn't that great of an experience. I feel like, unless you have binoculars and just the fact of just sitting in those uncomfortable seats, they're always too small next to around a bunch of annoying people trying to get out, drive home, stuck in traffic. I mean, it's just, for that, I could just have the best seat in the house with my big ass TV and just sit here and watch it. Anyways, we got week 4 here at Atlanta for the Falcons. I'm going to chalk this up as a loss for the Browns because I like Marcus Mariota. I feel like if he's still the quarterback, the man has always been underrated. The man has, I feel like from what I've seen, he has, great run game. He's kind of like Lamar Jackson, I feel like, if anything. And I feel like the only thing difference between him is he has some deep ball inconsistencies, whereas I feel like Lamar's deep ball is pretty good. But I'll take Marcus Mariota because I just feel like everybody is underrating him, and this is the Browns. They're going to have unexpected losses. And now that we're at week 5, un momento real quick, I want to have a big shout out to my lovely girlfriend who gave me this absolutely amazing piece, if you can see that. Oh, look at that. It's just, I call it the crystal ball. Such a beautiful present for my birthday. I appreciate her so much. She's just so great. Might have to take a quick hit of it, actually. Zell's Podcast, episode 13. Thank you for tuning in if you have. Anyways, moving forward, we got the Chargers. What is this? Week 5. We got the Chargers at home. Earlier I made some videos that were funny videos that I was not too bullish on the Browns. Just because, of their starting quarterback, but the defense that we possess makes me feel a little better about who the quarterback is, and I just do really want to see what Jacoby Brissett can do with these people around him that are, some pretty good, talented people. That being said, I'm going to pick the Browns to win over the Chargers and on week 5. I know everybody's picking the Chargers, but Chargers got lucky last year, and their defense, I feel like, even though they have Khalil Mack now, I believe, and as well as one of the Bosa brothers, I just always felt that their secondary, the Browns pretty much, not their secondary, I mean their defensive line gets abused by running games like the Browns. So we'll see, especially with their division they play in. They're used to a lot of passing attacks. I feel like we will beat the Chargers this year just because it's one of those weird games. I feel like I don't like picking games like the average sports analyst who's going to just pick the games that you should win and should lose. Because I just feel like there's the more that goes into it. We don't know who's going to be injured. We don't know what's going to be happening that week. So I'm going to take the Chargers on that one. Week 6, we got Patriots at home. I'm taking the Patriots. I just feel like overall their defense is elite. That alone should be enough to dismantle the Browns with Jacoby Brissett, who, Bill Belichick should know a lot about already anyway. Moving on, we got the Ravens. Week 7 at Ravens. You got to assume if Lamar Jackson is healthy, that's going to be a win for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson is just different. Action Jackson. I mean, the man is just. I'm very glad that the Browns got Deshaun Watson because I really felt like that was the only black quarterback in the league better than Lamar Jackson. Me personally, because I feel like Deshaun Watson is just a little bit more. He's a bit more calm. He has more awareness down the field. I always felt like Lamar Jackson kind of was similar to Baker Mayfield, where in passing terms, he's like similar to Baker Mayfield in the sense of like when I see them play, I feel like they both get a little bit rattled, and they'll start looking down or like they'll just start scrambling. But the thing about Lamar Jackson is he's an elite. He's like the greatest scrambler of all time. And those once in a while when he is looking up, he's gonna throw a touchdown. So that wasn't a good comparison at all. Don't take that one to heart. I didn't think about that one deeply enough. So I got the Browns at 4-3 right now, going into Week 8 versus the Bengals. Browns haven't lost against the Bengals, so I have no reason to think they will now. And it's Monday Night Football at home. I'm taking the Brownies. So I got the Browns at 5 wins and 3 losses. I guess I'm being more optimistic than one would expect. But to talk about the Bengals for a little bit, obviously I respect them. And, a lot of people call me a bandwagoner and whatnot. But, look, this is the state of Ohio. I'm born in Cleveland, raised in Cleveland, and, shit, most of my family's bones rest in Cleveland. So it's like, Cleveland is everything. I have Cleveland tatted on my skin. If you're not Cleveland, you're nothing. And if you're not in Ohio, why even exist, to be honest with you? That's crazy. But, I love Joey Burrow. He's got that. He's from Ohio. He's from Athens, I think they said. So Columbus or Cleveland area, I think. But either way, he's from Ohio. He's got that grit. But, the thing about Joe Burrow, I feel like the Browns are just a perfect counter to the Bengals. I feel like the Browns have a lot of lockdown corners. Bengals have a lot of good receivers. And I just feel like when you play against a team like the Browns that has extraordinary talent at the corner position, I just feel like that's why the Bengals struggle against them. Whereas I feel like the Browns defense really just struggles against heavy run offenses, such as the Ravens, or I should say quarterbacks that can run, such as the Ravens. I feel like we can kind of shut down a run game from a running back, but it's different when it's an elite rusher like Lamar Jackson or something of that nature. And that's why I don't hate the Browns for what they did in getting Deshaun Watson, because you figure we went through the Baker saga. We know what that is. We know it's going to be up and down. We know that Baker can do it if everything goes well. But we did need that quarterback that's going to be able to stand up to people like Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow, because even Mitch kissing titties ain't no slouch. I mean, like I said, he's been to the Pro Bowl, I'm pretty sure. So Mitch kissing titties ain't no slouch either. But for me, I think this was the right move in general. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm just mad that I have to suffer through this tough stretch without our starting quarterback. But anyways, that brings in the bye week on week 9, November 6th. That's the bye week. And then we're going to week 10. This is a rough stretch here. Jeez Louise. Really? Okay, so we're in Miami at the Dolphins, week 10. I'm going to get a little funky here. I'm going to give that a win to the Dolphins. I feel like the Dolphins are going to be a problem, so that's an L for the Browns. The Browns are at 5-4 right now for me. I feel like that's they're going to be a problem. So I feel like the guy Tua, I mean, I guess I kind of just like watching him because he's left-handed. I find that kind of fascinating. But also with the additions of Tyreek Hill, they have the other fast guy, I think Waddle or something. I just feel like the Dolphins in particular are going to be very dangerous, more dangerous than I would like to and expect to. Same thing with the Colts. That's why I think it's going to be hard to get a wild card this year, because Colts and Dolphins are going to be issues. Bills, I'm giving the Browns a win here because, like I said, I'm kind of tired of the narrative of the Browns are guaranteed to lose to the Bills and the Buccaneers because like we don't know what's going to be happening. Yeah, Jacoby Brissett is our quarterback, but Josh Dobbs also look okay. And, the Browns, let's be real here, trash Mayfield when he was injured and he arrogant and should have sat down. we still did pretty well. So on defense, at least. So I'm gonna give a win to the Browns because nobody's gonna pick the Browns versus the Bills. I'm not. I feel like the Bills are a little bit overrated because like they're kind of like Joey Burrow and the boys. Like I feel like the Browns are very well set up to compete with these great teams because the Browns have lockdown corners, two edge rushers. Our defense is just perfect for these kind of guys. So I just feel like Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. I feel like they don't want to face no Browns defense. You don't want those issues. So I'm gonna take the Browns over the Bills. It's just gonna come down, can that offense do enough for the Browns? And then week 12 we got Buccaneers at home. I'm taking another win for the Browns. That's right, straight back-to-back consecutive wins, Bills and Buccaneers, because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. So the Browns sit here after because look, Goat Brady, he's Goat Brady. We get it. Everybody knows that Goat Brady is great. We got it. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to keep talking about it. We get it. But I just feel like he's traveling in Cleveland. It's going to be cold weather game. We don't know how many injuries they're going to have. No Gronk. So I'm not as scared of them as most people are, especially when we seen Matt Stafford dethrone them boys with that crazy pass. But moving on, we've got Texans in Houston. I'm going to give that a win. Well, Deshaun Watson comes back this week too, week 13. I'm going to give the Texans a win there, so we lose to the Texans. So right now we're at 7-5, probably in playoff contention still, but well, guaranteed to be with how crazy this stuff is. But 7-5 is pretty good. I'm gonna say Deshaun Watson has some rust. He probably looks a little nervous just because all the allegations and all the you sick fuck, you sick fuck, you sick fuck. Like they were just going crazy and Duval. So I expect Houston to be crazy too. Because that's the team that he was on, and all the shit went down in Houston. So I'm sure they're going to be outraged. And then we have, we are week 14. We are home against the Bengals. Or is that away? No, we're away against the Bengals. All right, I'll give the Bengals a win there, and the Browns go 7-6. Because these teams are going to be hard to just run through. But I say we beat the Ravens in week 15, so that's another win for the Browns. We're at 8-6, looking okay here. We're home against the Saints. I'll say we beat the Saints. I don't expect them to be good this year because Jameis Winston and the boys. And I respect Jarvis Landry. He'll be coming back to Cleveland, but yeah. Then we're playing the Commanders. I'm going to give the Commanders a dub here because, these teams that everybody acts like is trash, I just feel like they're dangerous. I like Carson Wentz. I like the Commanders. I just like everything about that team. Now that they upgraded their quarterback, me personally, I think they might vie for winning their division, the NFC least. So right now the Browns, I have them at 9-7 going against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Of course, I'll give the Browns the win there against those clowns. Probably will be what's his name by then? Kenny Pickett Hands, Mr. Small Hands. So by that time, I think he'll have already passed Mitch Trubisky or whatever. So, but I'm not really scared of the Steelers, me personally, because as long as it ain't Big Ben back there, Big Ben has been destroying us for years. We're not just gonna simply hand it over to who's after Big Ben. All right. So I'm glad that it's gonna come down to this. And to the Steelers' last game of the season because it's probably going to be these are going to be like playoff games, I'm sure. But that's just my comprehensive breakdown of the Browns' 2020 season schedule with no sexy edits because I don't effing feel like it. But I don't know if you can see that or not. So yeah, that's my prediction of it. Go Browns. We're going to see. I kind of want to go to a game, but I kind of don't want to because going to a game is annoying. But, hey, go Browns. That's probably the best picks out. I got the Browns' final season record at 10-7, and them possibly making the playoffs, possibly not. That might not be enough wins, but we'll see. It's going to be a competitive division. We got Broncos country. We got Colts. We got, Dolphins. There's a lot of tough teams in the AFC. Chargers, all of them. Raiders. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, man. It's a Zell's podcast, episode 13. Check me out on YouTube at Denzel's Files. Please hit the subscribe button for more sports, music, and various other things. Just entertainment, the best entertainment on the net. Have a great day, and go Browns.